Hey all. As long as we're in an acoustic frame of mind, let's do Sugar Mountain. Great, great Neil Young tune. You're in G. It starts with this little thing here. Sounds like there's a lot more going on there, but there really isn't. Take a C, go up to D with it. Just up at 2 frets to the 5th fret on that A string. You don't want to be necessarily hitting that top E string. If you do, get sloppy. It's not tragic if you do, but I might cover it up there at the 5th fret to be sure. And that sounds alright. So you're just taking, going through that C-shaped D, hammer on the D string, do the same thing on the G string. D, D, G, D, same thing here. Goes to a G. And then you just take your middle finger from the A string to the D string. And if you're familiar with Neil Young, or you get familiar with him, he does that a lot on a G chord. Comes the time, does it in all, every time he does a G, he's probably going to do that to the D string. So you're in G. This is when the verse starts. Oh, to live on. That's an F major 7. I kind of like it with the A string open in there. So I kind of hit a little bit of A, but if you're a purist, you'd fret the low F, mute the A. So that's just an F with the high E string open. Oh, to live on. And you want to hammer on that G string at the 2nd fret with that chord. Oh, to live on. Sugar. The markers and the colors. So it's just F major 7 off on the G string. It's another thing he does quite a bit. When he does an F major 7, in fact he does F major 7 a lot more than he does F in his songs. Take the G off. You could do oh, to live on. He does that too. He'll take the B string off. With the markers and the colors. It's a D minor 7, so it's like the F, like a regular F, but only the top 3 strings on it. B and E at 1, G at 2, D string open. G. Now sometimes he'll do oh to live on. Sugar Mountain. Just G and F major 7. So instead of this D major 7 thing here, he takes a D, another chord that he uses a ton with an open D string, and take a D. That would be an F, but with an open D string. Then the high E string goes open. Again, another thing he does a lot. this part, and I don't know if there's a certain pattern to he always goes up and does it up here at a certain part of the song. I don't know. It sounds to me like he's just doing his own arrangement on the fly, but different pieces that are going to be in there are always in there at some point. You know? So instead of doing "Oh to live on," he'll do "Oh to live on." Take your D. This is just G. Move your D chord all the way up to 7. Down here to 5. Markers and color. Though you're thinking that you're leaving it. Right, so it's this D up here. Oh, to live on. Move it down 2 to 5. You can hammer on the G string. You do that D minor chord up here. I'm going to call it D minor because the D string's open. Which is just like a D minor part, except it's only the top 3 strings of it. 5, 6, 7. One of the great thing about his live versions of it is he does them kind of like Dylan, like leaving there too soon. And then he'll just sit back for a minute. I mean, he'll wait as long as he feels like it. And then when the mood strikes, then he'll get back into it. Which is, I love that about it. Kind of a Dylan thing to do. So really the only chords are this little intro thing, which sounds like a Paul Simon kind of intro. You're pretty free with the strumming pattern of it, like Neil is, but the timing of the strumming is metronomic. As I've always said, Neil has one of the better right hands, or actually right elbow, in the business, because he is just on. He is a timekeeper as a rhythm player. You're into this G with the D string covered at 2, hammered on. That's just G to F major 7. Oh, to live on. Chorus is the same as the verse so far. The markers and the color. D minor 7. I think it might end on one of these. If you could hit that vocal, I'd be one to do it an open mic night. Good luck.